Hi everyone, I'm Helen from Susan's family. Today, I'll be showing you the pale banana bear from Birthday Bear Doll. It consists of the head, hands, body, tail, skirt, and hat. We start by crocheting the hands, then move on to the body. During this process, we need to connect the hands. After completing them, we will crochet the head, and attach it to the body. Next, we will make and attach the tail. Finally, we will make and attach the remaining parts. Let's start by crocheting the hands. First, let's take a look at the chart. In the chart, our plus number indicates the round number. The increases and decreases explanation column shows the stitch techniques needed for the current round. This includes the specific stitches you will use, as well as the increases and decreases. The total stitches column shows the total number of stitches after completing the current round. It indicates the total number of stitches after all the stitches are completed. The stitch techniques used include X short needle, V short needle increase, a short needle decrease, chain stitch, and slip stitch. Now, please watch me demonstrate the specific crocheting method. Before we start crocheting, first, learn the proper posture for crocheting. For specific yarn, color schemes, and hook sizes, please refer to the detail page of our product and the paper instructions. The starting point is ring cast on, which means the starting method is the adjustable magic ring. Wrap the yarn tail around your left little finger once. Pass it through between your middle finger and index finger. Then, pinch the yarn tail with your thumb and middle finger. Pick up the crochet hook with your right hand. Place it below the yarn. Wrap the yarn counterclockwise. Form a loop on the hook. With your left thumb and middle finger, pinch the crossing point of the loop. The loop should be large. Position the hook to the left of the yarn. Yarn over. Draw the yarn through. The magic ring is now complete. Next, we'll work the first round. Our 1 is 6x. The number before the X indicates how many single crochets to make. Here, it means to work 6 single crochets into the magic ring. First, work 1 chain as the turning chain for the single crochet. Yarn over. Draw the yarn through. This turning chain is not marked in the chart. In actual crocheting in rounds, at the beginning of each round, you need to work a turning chain. The turning chain does not count as a stitch. Then, start working the single crochets. For this toy, the single crochets are all X stitch single crochets. Insert into the magic ring. Place the hook above the yarn. Draw the yarn through. There should be 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over. And draw through in once. 1 X stitch single crochet is completed. From now on, we'll refer to it as a single crochet. On the right side, there is a V shape formed by 2 yarns. This is the stitch of a single crochet. Continue with the second single crochet. Insert into the large hole of the starting chain. Place the hook above the yarn. Draw the yarn through. Yarn over. Draw through the 2 loops on hook. The second single crochet is completed. In the first round, you need to crochet 6 single crochets. Continue to finish the remaining single crochets. Three. 4. 5, 6. The corresponding stitch pattern in the chart is completed. After that, close the magic ring. Pull the yarn tail tight. Tighten the center of the piece. This will secure the loop. Then, in the first single crochet stitch of the first round, finish with a slip stitch. Insert the hook. Yarn over. Draw the yarn through. And draw through the loop on the hook. Slip stitch completed. It does not count as a stitch. You need to tighten it. The slip stitch is not indicated in the form. When crocheting in rounds, always finish by joining with a slip stitch and tighten it. This way, the first round is completed. Move on to the second round. R2 is 6V. The number before the V indicates how many consecutive short needle increases to make. Here, it means to make 6 consecutive short needle increases. Make 1 beginning chain. Let me emphasize again. At the beginning of each round, you need to make a beginning chain. I won't repeat this in the following instructions. In the first stitch of the previous round, make 1 short needle increase. That is the insertion point of the slip stitch. Crochet 2 short needles here. When crocheting, place the starting tail above the hook. Tuck it in as you crochet. One stitch. Insert the hook into the same stitch, and crochet a short needle. Two stitches. The short needle increase is complete. Continue to crochet short needle increases in the left stitch. Don't forget to weave in the ends. The second short needle increase is completed. In this round, you need to crochet 6 short needle increases. The remaining 4 are all crocheted using the method of crocheting 2 short needles into each stitch. After completing the last short needle increase, check the stitch count. Count back from the last stitch. 1, 2, 3. 11, 12. This round has a total of 12 stitches. Then join with a slip stitch in the first stitch. Be sure to pay attention, unless otherwise specified. At the end of each round, join with a slip stitch in the first stitch. Pull tight. Slip stitch completed. The excess tail from the starting chain can be cut directly, or you can hide it in the third round. The second round is done. Continue with the third round. R3 is XV times 6. The parentheses indicate a group. Times a number indicates the number of times to repeat the pattern. Start with a single crochet. Then work a single crochet increase in the next stitch. One group, XV, is completed. I'll demonstrate another group. Start with a single crochet. Then work a single crochet increase. This is the second group. You need to repeat X, V, 6 times in this round. For the remaining 4 groups, follow the method of 1 single crochet and 1 single crochet increase. Finally, join with a slip stitch to the first stitch. Pull tight. The third round is completed. You can take a look. The right side of the fabric has a clear texture. The wrong side has a blurry texture. We will use the side with the clearer texture as the right side. Next, we'll work the 4th round. Start with 1 chain as the beginning chain. Then pick up the stitches and correspondingly make 5 single crochets. Follow with a single crochet increase. This completes one group of the stitch pattern in parentheses. Work 2 more groups. Then flip the fabric so the right side faces out. Join with a slip stitch in the first single crochet. Pull tight. This completes the 4th round. For the following 5th to 9th rounds, the chart indicates working even for 21 times. This means starting from the 5th round, you will work 1 single crochet in each stitch. Each round will have 21 single crochets. Continue working until the 9th round is completed. When you encounter this format in the future, it conveys the same meaning. Here, I'll demonstrate the 5th round. Start with 1 chain as your beginning chain, then work 1 single crochet into each stitch. Finally, join with a slip stitch in the first single crochet. Pull tight. The 5th round is now complete. Continue working in this manner until the 9th round is completed. Pay attention to making a turning chain at the beginning of each round. At the end, finish with a slip stitch and pull tight. Also, all subsequent rounds will be worked on the right side. Everyone, please complete this. After completing, work the 10th round. Here, I'll use this small sample for demonstration. Start with 1 chain as your beginning chain. At the beginning of each subsequent round, make a turning chain. I won't repeat this reminder from now on. Next, you need to work single crochet decreases. Let's take a look at the 2 strands of the stitch. The strand closer to the right side is called the front loop. The other strand is the back loop. First, insert the hook into the front loop of the first stitch. Then, insert the hook into the front loop of the next stitch on the left. You should have 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over. Pull through the first 2 loops. Now you have 2 loops left on the hook. Yarn over, and draw through in once. Complete the single crochet decrease. This method of picking up only the front loops, for decreasing is called an invisible decrease. Using this technique, the gaps between stitches are smaller. The fabric overall looks more delicate. Continue working single crochets into each stitch. Finally, join with a slip stitch in the first stitch. Pull tight. At this point, the 10th round is completed. Move on to the 11th round. First, work 4 single crochets into each stitch. Then, work 1 single crochet decrease. Next, work 4 more single crochets. Complete 1 group of stitches in parentheses. Work another group. Finally, join with a slip stitch. Pull tight. At this point, the 11th round is completed. The remaining rounds do not use any new stitch techniques or methods. Follow the chart to complete the rest of the crocheting. After completing, fasten off the yarn. Here, I'll demonstrate using this small sample. First, crochet 1 chain stitch to secure. Leave a little yarn tail. Cut the yarn. Pull tight. Next, you need to stuff a little filling inside. Before stuffing, fluff up the fiber fill first. Then stuff an appropriate amount of filling. The amount here is not fixed. Just make sure the fabric can be translated as shapely and firm. If you stuff too much, the fabric will be too hard. If you stuff too little, it won't hold its shape. After stuffing, thread the yarn tail through the inside of the fabric. At this point, one hand is done. Everyone can follow the same method to make another hand. That's how you make the hands. Next, we'll make the body. It consists of 2 feet and the main body, 3 parts in total. First, crochet the 2 feet separately. After completing them, join them, and continue crocheting upwards for the main body. Start with the left foot. The left and right are determined by the doll's back facing you. Use a chain stitch to start. Then follow the magic ring, form a loop. Use 1 new stitch technique. 3 single crochets into the same stitch. Please watch me demonstrate. Start with a chain stitch. Then crochet 4 chain stitches. The chart says, from the second stitch from your hook, which means start from the second stitch from the hook. Count 2 stitches from the right. Note that the loops on the hook are not included. 1, 2. This is the second to last stitch. Pick up the top strand of the chain stitch. Make 1 single crochet. Continue to pick up the top strand of the adjacent chain stitch. Make 1 single crochet. Then work 3 single crochets in 1 stitch. Pick up the top strand of the chain stitch. Work 3 single crochets in 1 position. 1 stitch. 2 stitches. 3 stitches. Complete the 3 single crochets in 1 stitch, then rotate the fabric. Pick up the other side of the stitch and go back to crochet. Start by picking up the braid of the adjacent chain stitch. Pick up the remaining 2 strands. This is also the entry position for the stitches on this side. Make 1 single crochet. Here, you can place the beginning tail of the yarn over the hook. Hide it as you crochet. Continue to pick up the next 2 strands. Work a single crochet increase. Finally, pick up the first single crochet stitch, and join with a slip stitch. Pull tight. Now the first round is complete. Move on to the second round. Start with a turning chain. Then work a single crochet increase. You can continue to hide the yarn tail as you crochet. Follow with 1 single crochet. For the rest, refer to the pattern chart. Finally, join with a slip stitch in the first stitch. Pull tight. The second round is complete. For the following rounds 3 to 5, no new stitches or techniques are used. Refer to the pattern chart to complete these rounds. After completing them, move on to the 6th round. This round requires the carrying yarn technique. Start by securing the yarn tail. Enlarge the loop on the crochet hook. Then, draw the fabric or yarn ball through from the inside. Slightly tighten the yarn. Next, find the position of the 15th stitch from the previous round. Insert the hook into the corresponding stitch. Pull the yarn through. Hook out. Make a slight adjustment. Here, the yarn is level with the fabric. This completes the carrying yarn technique. Then, make 1 chain as your beginning chain. Correspondingly make 3 single crochets. Crochet while wrapping the carrying yarn. Then, crochet 5 chain stitches. Move to the right. Pick up the 14th stitch from the previous round. That is, the stitch to the right of the carrying yarn. Pick up the stitch and make 1 single crochet. Then, pick up the 3 single crochets you just made. Work 1 single crochet into each stitch. Place the chain stitch behind. Do not weave it in. Then, pick up the adjacent stitch on the left side. Make 1 single crochet. Continue with 7 chain stitches. Pick up the 13th stitch from the previous round. Then, pick up the positions of the single crochets. Work 7 single crochets, 1 into each stitch. Place the chain stitch behind. Continue with 7 more chain stitches. Pick up the 11th stitch from the previous round. Then, crochet 1 single crochet decrease. Seven single crochets. One single crochet decrease. Nine chain stitches. Pick up the 9th stitch from the previous round. Then, work 1 single crochet increase from right to left. One single crochet. Two single crochet decreases. 1 single crochet. 2 single crochet decreases. 1 single crochet. 1 single crochet increase. 9 single crochets. 'After completing, connect with the position of the first stitch on the left side. Pick up the stitch and join with a slip stitch. Pull tight. The 6th round is completed. Next, work the 7th round. First, carry the yarn across. Find the 12th stitch from right to left in the previous round. Insert the hook. Draw the yarn through. Then work 9 single crochets, corresponding to each stitch. Next, work 1 single crochet increase. One single crochet. Then the chart shows flow, which means pick up the front loop only. Continue picking up the front loops, corresponding to 7 single crochets. Then work 1 single crochet into the next stitch normally. Work 1 single crochet increase into the adjacent stitch. Then join with a slip stitch. Pull tight. The 7th round is completed. The remaining rounds do not use any new stitches or methods. Everyone can refer to the chart to finish the rest. When you're done, break the yarn. That completes the explanation for the left foot. Now move on to the right foot. The first 6 rounds are identical to the left foot. Starting from the 7th round, there's no need to carry the yarn. Start with a standing chain, then crochet from right to left. No new stitches or methods are used here. Just refer to the chart. Finish crocheting the right foot. Don't cut the yarn when you're done. Next, crochet the main body. You'll need to connect the 2 feet. Pick up the right foot first. Continue with the previous yarn tail. Work a slip stitch by picking up the stitch from left to right. Crochet 3 stitches. At this point, the yarn will be at the position of the 3rd stitch. Then work 1 chain stitch. Next, pick up the left foot. Find the first stitch of the last round. Start from this stitch. Work 12 single crochets, picking up the stitches one by one. Then work 1 single crochet increase. Follow with 14 single crochets, working into each stitch one by one. Move back to the chain stitch position. Pick up 1 strand of the chain stitch. Work 1 single crochet. Then move to the right foot area to crochet. Pick up the stitches and work 14 single crochets, one by one. After that, work 1 single crochet increase. Then work 12 single crochets. When you reach the previous slip stitch position, pick up the insertion point. Below, pick up the stitch of a single crochet, crochet accordingly. Then move to the chain stitch position. Pick up 2 strands of the chain stitch. At the insertion point of the previous single crochet, work 1 single crochet. Then, on the left side, at the adjacent single crochet position, pick up the stitch and join with a slip stitch. Pull tight. Now the 2 feet are connected together. The shape of the foot is symmetrical. The toes are slightly pointing outward. If the shape is not symmetrical, you can adjust it as needed. When connecting to the left foot, position the foot correctly before inserting the hook, then crochet. The stitch positions may change after adjusting the position. Just place the increases on the sides of the foot and work single crochets into each stitch for the rest. That's it for the first round. Next, we need to add shaping wires. Cut 2 40 cm shaping wires. Then fold one of the shaping wires in half. Bend a part at the bottom. Then insert it into one foot. Treat the other shaping wire the same way. The bent and protruding part should correspond to the toe. Then stuff a little bit of fiberfill inside. Use the same amount as you see fit. Then twist the thin wires in both feet slightly. Continue crocheting from the 2nd to the 24th round. This section doesn't use any new stitch techniques or methods. Just refer to the pattern chart for crocheting. While crocheting, you can stuff as you go. That means after crocheting a certain distance, you stuff a little bit inside. Pay attention to stuffing evenly. After that, crochet the 25th round. This round starts connecting the hands. First, work 12 single crochets, corresponding one by one. I have already completed the corresponding stitches here. Next, pick up one hand. Place the side with the slip stitch marks facing down. Then pick up the main piece and the slip stitch marks. At this point, the position of the second stitch on the right side should be combined into one single crochet. First, pick up the corresponding stitch on the hand. Then insert the hook into the corresponding stitch on the body. Then work a single crochet. Continue to combine and work 3 single crochets in this manner. After completing, continue working only on the main piece. Keep crocheting until you reach just before the red stitch pattern. When you reach the corresponding position, you need to connect the other hand. Similarly, place the side with the slip stitch marks facing down. Then combine, and work 4 single crochets with the main piece. Start from the second stitch on the right side of the slip stitch. After completing, pick up the main piece, and work the corresponding stitch pattern. Finish with a slip stitch. Pull tight. This completes the 25th round. Move on to the 26th round. First, pick up the main piece, and work 5 single crochets. Work 1 single crochet decrease. Work 4 single crochets. Next, pick up the position for the hand and work. First, pick up the adjacent position on the main piece and the hand. At the unconnected adjacent position, work 1 single crochet decrease. Then work 2 single crochets. Work 1 single crochet decrease. Work 2 single crochets. Pick up the remaining 1 stitch for the hand, and the adjacent 1 stitch on the main piece. Work a single crochet decrease. At this point, you have completed the hand area. For the rest, refer to the chart and crochet accordingly. When you encounter the red stitches, decrease at both ends by picking up stitches from the main piece and the hand position. Between the decreases, pick up and work the stitches for the hand separately. Continue working down. Finally, join with a slip stitch to the first stitch. Pull tight. Round 26 is complete. Leave an 80 cm tail and cut the yarn. Stretch the loop. Pull the yarn tail through the loop. This is equivalent to making a knot. The yarn tail here will be used for sewing later. Leave it for now. This completes the crocheting of the main piece. Finally, we need to insert shaping wires into the hands. Here, compare the length of the 2 hands when they are spread out. Then take a shaping wire that is twice as long. Fold it in half. After that, insert the shaping wire into both hands. In the middle, you can pass it through between the shaping wires of the main piece. If the remaining shaping wire on the main piece is long enough, twist it and keep it. If it's short, secure it with the shaping wire in the hands. This completes the body section.